Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as Goliath in this one. We're on Rendering Plant against Emmett, Sonny, Abe and Parnell for this one. Bit of a reddish map. So we'll do... Savage. This one. I was going to say we'll do Clownfish, but... yeah, alright. Everything except Rock Throw for the beginning. We will do Traversals as the perk of choice. We will get this one kicked off. They do have Abe, who is the incorrect method of slowdown for Goliath. Stasis is still kind of good, but it's not optimal, you know. Harpoons are the slowdown you need. Other than that, though, this team is pretty good, to be honest. Parnell's one of the best assaults in the game, so in terms of DPS, so we'll see. Emmett's very solid, and Sonny is very solid as well. Abe can also provide a pretty decent amount of DPS himself as well. He's probably one of the highest DPS trappers in the game. Yeah, if it is your first video, welcome. It's a 4v1 ace in this from 2015. Currently playing as the monster, and we're going to be going around doing what we're presently doing until we complete the circle, which you can see forming. I'll alert a lot of birds here because I'm just being messy for no reason. But monsters at stage 1 want to avoid the hunters. Birds will stop you from avoiding said hunters though, if you keep alerting them. So we are looking at trap jaws, yeah, it's fine. Trap jaws are more of a monster deterrent. The hunters can get rid of them pretty quickly, but takes the monster quite a bit of time to actually kill him. Okay, we appear to not have much wildlife around here for some reason. That's going to be armor regen, we'll take it because we've got nothing else. A terrible buff just doesn't really... Goldie doesn't really profit from it too much, to be honest. Dude, does anything actually live on this planet? Come on, get. Come on. So that's definitely move speed. Yeah, based on its actual move speed. I'm going to hope they're not over here. We will replace armor regen with this. It sounded like they were over here, but I don't think they are. I don't know why they would be. Nah, they've got to be over there. We alerted birds over there, so they would go over there to check. That's fine. We've got stage 2 now. We're going to get a bit of distance over here, and then just alert every bird in the map. It's fine. And yeah, we will go to the next stage. Just do it here in the puddle. When we evolve, we gain size, damage, appearance changes, and we get more armor. This is where the fighting will begin now. You've got to jump higher as well. Just top the armour back up and then we'll go say hello. This is where we do start looking for the hunters ourselves now. Dude, the game is just not giving me wildlife. There we go. That's good. That's a nice 6 bars waiting for me right there. I do see ability cooldowns. We will be taking that because that is the fuck. Oh shit. Okay. I kind of want this. I'll try and push it back over here. Please continue stepping forward. Good. That's fine. We do it. Abe with that. We do want to go for Abe here because he is the trapper. He's the one that set this big dome around us. There it is. So it deactivates when we down him. Do a reset because I need to see where everybody is. We're gonna, yes I do, we get out because we're gonna melt very quickly. This is a Parnell team. Insane amounts of damage are going to be coming our way. Don't want to linger too long without armour. It's going to give us stage 3, but we are going to go back in. You can use your HP as a bit of a resources monster. You do gain some of it back when you evolve. Get off my fucking dinner, thank you. Just top the rest of it up and then we'll get in there. Just gonna let Parnell that. No, that's actually really good. We get a semi-isolate. Good. Get him on acid damage there because of the DOT. Please don't tap. Oh, for fuck's sake. Didn't actually land, that's fine. Big isolate. Bollocks. That's fine, get out. We carry on this way. I'm probably just going to go to stage 3 here, to be honest. I was going to go for one more, but it's fine. We've actually got a decent amount of strikes, I think. Let's do it here. This is going to be the final stage of the monster. Hunters are incentivized by heavily to not let me reach this stage. And the reason for that is because we now have insane amounts of damage, and we are now actually the power roll, which is something this game did right. You're not rewarded for being shit at the game, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's a Friday afternoon, I don't have the energy to go into the whole, you know, DVD is the incorrect way to do an ASIM, because it is, kind of thing, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to get in there. Difference is obviously because this is bots, we're going to be getting to stage 3 in every video, but usually, if you know how to pursue as hunters, there's a good chance you won't be able to, you won't be facing many stage 3 monsters because you can actually end it quite quickly. As which is we're going to end it quickly here, as you can tell, because stage 3 is a reward in this game for the monster player. A very good timed heal and a body block. We lose our armor, but they're about to lose their lives, I believe. Is she dead? I think she's dead. He's gonna have a shield, we'll just go for him. 20 odd seconds left. Was over here somewhere, there he is. Running for his life, because we are the power roll. They're not running towards you with C4s, they're not running towards you with flashbangs, you know, they're not frothing at the fucking mouth to get saves whenever you down somebody, you know. Delightfully untouched by Twitter is this fucking game, fellas. That's what an ASIM should look like, you know. Both sides are punished if they're shit at it, not the one that dwells on Twitter, you know, that has rules for thee, not for me, you know, that kind of shit. It's just from the other side of the channel, you know, because people, if you don't know the context behind that, fellas, I'm a villain within the DVD circuit, you know, the unsavoury antagonist type of character for basically just saying that I want PvP games that depend on skill rather than being fucking hard carried through it, you know, and just decimating one side of an asymmetrical horror game for the you know, the sole purpose of catering to the fucking pity party on Twitch, you know, that kind of shit. So now you've got literally people being unhooked and having 80 fucking seconds of iframes because sweet precious, you're struggling to win the video game because your opponent's probably got more hours than you and has learned how to play the game and is actually, get this, better than you. So they should win by virtue of them putting effort into playing the video game and learning how to play it, you know. But alas, you know, I'm wrong, apparently, in that particular regard. I know I said I wasn't going to go into it, but, you know, it is what it is, fellas, because we lost genuinely one of the greatest concepts for a fucking asymmetrical video game that's ever existed, and it pretty much is with this game, because there's not that many games in this genre anyway that have been attempted. But, you know, in recent years, we've just kind of got into this really shit fucking loop of every asymmetrical game that comes out has to be licensed, and then it fails after about fucking 2 weeks. It's like now, Gun. The people that made TCM, granted, we lasted about 2 years. Ooh, you know, well done, pat on the back. Now we've gone over to making what is going to be another asym set in the Friday the 13th IP. I've got nothing against Friday the 13th, but I'm going to tell you right now, fellas, it ain't going to fucking last 2 minutes. It's going to be the same fucking story as TCM. Over and over again, because we fucking lock ourselves into a confined space when we make these licensed asyms where we can't fucking do anything with it, you know? And the content comes out slowly because we have to keep going to the IP holders. We have to keep saying, oh, excuse me, sir, can we do this in our IP? Can we use this character? You know, it takes several fucking months to pass the rules and all that kind of shit, get it signed off, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, your player base is just dwindling because there's no promise of new content. You're releasing one character every fucking 3 months because you need to get licensing agreements and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to something like this, where you could do characters, you know, I say once every 3 months anyway, like I say, probably once every 6 months with licensed stuff. Because obviously one character every 3 months is the standard that DBD set, and it probably was with this game. I can't quite remember the time frame what they did with this game. I know it was really slow though, because that was down to 2K just being fucking idiots and just confining the game. You know, all I can remember with that, with the release schedule of this, fellas, and get this is the hilarious part. 2K. The company that I believe assists in publishing Grand Theft Auto, one of the biggest video games out there, so that implies, you know, it's a multi-billion-dollar company, right? Get this. They were confining this game to something like a 4-month update schedule to save money. Fucking idiots. I swear to God, it annoys the fuck out of me. It really does. It pisses me off, mate. It really does, how fucking stupid they are. Because they're still disillusioned, and I'm saying this as a consumer because I know I'm inside the brain of the vessel that's going to give you money, you know, and what you're actually aiming at, what you're trying to impress. I'm saying that as a consumer, there is fuck all wrong with this game. It's not a game issue, it's a publisher issue. Because for 3 fucking times now, we've mishandled it. We released 60,000 keys into a public fucking Discord server, so they all got scalped. Who could have guessed that had happened? Nope, that's a game issue. We tried to turn it into a Chinese mobile gaming port with the Stage 2 version of the game. Completely decimated the atmosphere, trimmed the monsters' animations down to the bare fucking minimum, removed all the fucking atmosphere, made every map in the game bright and sparkly like it was the Cold Wind fucking farm rework that Dead by Daylight did, and decimated the fucking atmosphere in that game as well, under the guise of, oh, people can't see in our horror game, so let's make it bright and sparkly and remove all fucking horror from the game, you know? Try and copy TCM with the fucking, you know, the hazy dusk effect on the farm, you know? That looks like just shit. So we brightened everything up. We then also didn't learn anything from Dead by Daylight, one of the most just inconsistently and badly fucking balanced PvP games that's ever fucking existed, right? So we just decided with this Chinese mobile port that we've turned this game into, we decided to put about 300 fucking different levels of perks into it. So the fact that it just turned the game into a completely imbalanced monstrosity, as opposed to the legacy version of the game that only had 9 perks in it, and you could only ever take one of those perks into the game with you, was significantly better balanced. It was significantly healthier for the game's lifespan, and was the correct way to actually make a video game. Something we still haven't fucking realised, because as a publisher, we still fucking think that it's a game issue. I wish it, like, you know, if there was a timeline where I actually had the money, I'd like go to gaming school and all that kind of shit, and I'd try and climb the ladder at 2K just to turn the company in an intelligent direction. And I'm somebody who doesn't have fucking business knowledge, you know. But I can tell you now, mate, the people that are at the top of that company, and a lot of other companies as well, it's not even just 2K, this sort of view that I have of companies these days in the industry, and you know, the big companies themselves, they're all fucking clueless. They're absolutely clueless about what they're actually doing. And a lot of them like to tell you that they know what they're doing, they're professional businesses and all this kind of shit, while they're making the dumbest fucking mistakes imaginable in an industry, you know. That also ties into the behaviour as well with Dead by Daylight. The actual developer that doesn't actually play the fucking video game that they're designing, but every time they release a patch notes, they word it in a sense that they're all fucking competitive esports gamers, you know, that play their game, you know, to the point, you know, where they know better than what their player base knows. Meanwhile, they're introducing mechanics where you can only kick generators 8 times as a killer in a fucking match, and then you just get literally locked out of doing it because I suppose the survivors at that point have endured enough in their PvP horror game, and they should just be spoon-fed the fucking win. Try explaining that to that player base as well, because apparently I'm wrong there. You know, it's basically like this game. We'll spin it into the monster to make a good example here. The hunters are playing very well, right, in this game. The monster's making loads of mistakes, you know, all that kind of stuff. The monster loses his armour 4 times in a match. Next time he goes to lose his armour, it fully regenerates all the way to full. All the way to full. So basically, you would, as the hunters, you would basically then have to kill him with a full bar of armour all in one, and monsters can very easily run away in this one. That's basically the equivalent of this game, because that's what you're doing in that game. You basically, once you reach the 8-gen kick limit on a generator that's about 75%, you basically have to kill all the survivors before they push 25% of a generator through. Otherwise you just lose, if that's the last gen. You can be there, and this often happens in games as well, where you're outplaying the fuck out of the survivors. This is what I go on about. It's just take from the power roll, because it's hip, it's cool. We make bully content, you know. It's completely swamped the game over on Dead by Daylight's court, you know. It's also one of the reasons why I say that I'm on the fence as to whether I actually would want this game to be revived in the modern age, because it'd be fucking watered down and it'd be destroyed by all these literal fucking pancakes that shouldn't be anywhere near a PvP game, because they need everything spoon-fed to them and they can't handle fucking losing. And that's obviously that's something they call me out of over there, because I rant a lot when I'm losing in my games on DBD. But I'm ranting because what's actually happening, and this is how, you know, they can't see this far into it. I'm being consistently fucking robbed all the way through it. Nothing I'm doing, nothing that I've built up in skill over the years of playing it since 2016, because I've been there since the beginning of Dead by Daylight. Nothing matters, because it's getting reversed by Twitter fucking content, you know? Iframes everywhere, rulebook mechanics, slowdowns if you go anywhere near a hook when there's a survivor on it. You know, alien gets pinned to the fucking ground whenever you go near a hook now. You know, because you're camping. You know, that kind of stuff. Existing as the killer in that game will soon be a crime, fellas. But you know, we're just sleepwalking into a very selfish and self-destructive path that the game's on. But you know, you never fucking learn. So it is what it is. Anyway, rant's deviating. I said I wasn't going to do it, but there you go. I guess I treated you to one, because there's a couple of people that apparently like this, but you know, well, I won't say everybody. There's a few people out there, if you are new to this, that seem to think this is a character I'm playing, and I entertain it, but at the same time, it's not. It's actual, you know, it's genuine passion for this genre, because it's fell off. It's fucking fell off, boys. You know, this is a 10-year-old game. And it still looks like it could have been released today, you know. Meanwhile, switch to the top of the genre, you've got a 2006 mobile gaming fucking Unity project that's played on a square piece of game, you know, like a literal square map with no elevation whatsoever, and indoor maps aren't elevations. Wow, we can put stairs in corners of maps so you can go upstairs, you know, that kind of shit. This game's got fucking jungles in it, you know, with ledges, things you can use. You can play around the map as a monster, vantage points, stuff like that, you know. There's actual gameplay, and there's actually something that needs an IQ to play it here, you know. Don't speak ill of our running in circles simulator. Sprinkle a few more iframes in there, sprinkle a few more second chance mechanics. I need the game to play itself for me, you know. But alas, to those people, killer's never been easier. Fucking apes. Right, anyway, there it is. Before we get to deep-seated there, because it's just, you know, it fucking does my head in, dude. Because I don't like to sit, I genuinely, and before I say this, I'm going to say I genuinely don't like to sit here and think I'm more intelligent than the entire DBD player base, but I'm starting to see it, you know, because I don't see where the entertainment comes from of being carried through the video game. I really don't see it, but they fucking pine for it, you know. Every new killer that comes out, it lasts about 2 weeks, then it gets nerfed into the fucking ground. Why? Because every single new fucking thing that Behaviour tries, it gets fucking whinged about en masse. And these people try to say, oh, all killers do is whine, you know? Fucking hell. We've not shut the fuck up since 2016 about how the game is apparently killer favoured, despite never fucking being killer favoured. It's a fucking skill issue, you know? Something the genre just needs to hear. Because, you know, it's driving the fucking genre into the ground. Because DBD's being destroyed now, you know? I'd take DBD for what it is if it wasn't turning into what it is now, where it is a Twitch content farm. That's all it is, you know? But don't speak about it. You've got to be toxically positive, you know? Follow the herd like all the other streamers that smile through this fucking shit. There's so many people playing killer in that game, and a lot of them have a big platform of it as well, and they just shrug it off. They smile, they wave, when they're playing really well as an actual person on stream, recording themselves playing killer, and they put their hours in. You can see the shit they're pulling off. Some of it's actually impressive in that game. But they're landing hits, and they get in iframes. The survivors turn white, basically, that's what it is. They turn white, and then they get an iframe, they get a sprint burst, you get slowed down as though it's a regular hit. And then it's basically chase resets. And they fucking sit there and they don't say anything. They smile, they giggle about it, you know. And it's, you know, it's like self-control, but it's like at the same time you're part of the problem because you're not fucking speaking up about it, you know. That's what annoys me. I mean, I don't go looking across content creators and all that kind of stuff, so maybe there is other content creators in DBD that are like me, that just rants all the way through it and says it is shit game design, because it is. But as far as I can see, I'm the only one that's fucking speaking about it, you know. How it's taking over the game. And you're basically telling something that should be the power role that it can't play the game, which is what you don't get here with this, which is what I showed you at the end of the round about 20 minutes ago now, you know, when I mentioned about the power role, because that's what the power role is, you know. You play shit against it, you get fucking punished, you know. Right, there, we're going to end it. We're putting the brakes on. Train is stopping before I fucking start again, but it is what it is. That's the state of the fucking asym genre. That's where my mental space is with it. It fucking fell off, boys. Hope you've enjoyed the round, and I will hopefully see you for the next one. That probably won't be a rant, you know, we'll just do the actual gameplay in that one, but that'll be after, you know, I'll have 2 weeks off work ahead of me as well. So we'll be significantly higher in spirits, you know, that kind of thing. Gonna be a bit of Minecraft over the weekend because I'm relaxing with that at the moment, because DBD is genuinely fucking getting on my nerves. And I'm not, you know, playing a game where I just serve the sole purpose of being the content for some fucking little kid on Twitch, you know. Yeah. See you on the next one, fellas. Bye.